In the sprawling luminescent halls of the Galactic Archive, Zorlex's slender figure moved with a mixture of awe and determination. His elongated fingers brushed over ancient texts and holographic displays, each chronicling the histories of countless civilizations across the cosmos. Zorlex, a young Zeltron historian, had always been fascinated by the myriad paths through which life evolved and cultures flourished. Yet nothing had captured his imagination quite like the enigma of humanity. Maelarn, his mentor and a revered elder among the Zeltrons, watched him with a knowing gaze. "You seem particularly engrossed today, Zorlex," he remarked, his voice resonating deep and steady. Zorlex turned, his bright eyes reflecting the holographic glows. "It's humanity, Maelarn. They're an anomaly. In the span of mere millennia, they've advanced from primitive tools to exploring beyond their solar system. No species in the archive has shown such rapid progress." Maelarn hummed thoughtfully. "Ah, humanity, the younglings of the galaxy, yet so audaciously forward in their strides." Zorlex nodded, activating a hologram that displayed Earth, humanity's cradle. "Look at their history. Wars, disasters, yet they've not only survived but thrived. It's as if every challenge they faced only hastened their development." Maelarn approached, his frame casting a shadow over the hologram. "True resilience lies in the ability to rise from one's ashes, to learn and adapt. This is where humans excel. But remember, Zorlex, progress isn't merely about technological advancement." Intrigued, Zorlex glanced at his mentor. "What do you mean?" Maelarn's eyes seemed to hold millennia of wisdom. "Technological prowess is but one facet of a civilization's growth. It's their spirit, their unyielding will to endure and grow, that truly defines them." Zorlex pondered this, his gaze returning to the hologram. Images of human figures appeared, some in ancient armor, others in modern spacesuits. Each image told a story of struggle, innovation, and triumph. "It's just remarkable," Zorlex mused. "In such a brief span, they've become key members of the Intergalactic Council, their voices respected and heard." Maelarn chuckled softly. "Yet they are still young, prone to the follies of youth, passionate, impulsive. But therein lies their strength too. They bring fresh perspectives, challenging the status quo." Zorlex spent hours delving deeper into human history. He learned of their first ventures into space, the creation of the United Nations, and their initial contact with extraterrestrial life. Each event seemed to pivot on the edge of disaster, yet humanity always emerged stronger, their adaptability and ingenuity shining through. Maelarn observed him, his expression an amalgam of pride and contemplation. "What truly fascinates you about them, Zorlex? Is it their rapid ascent, or is there more?" Zorlex paused, his thoughts a whirlwind. "It's their potential, Maelarn. They've achieved so much in such little time. What will they become in another 1,000 years? Or 10,000? Maelarn nodded. "Their journey is indeed a fascinating one, but do not forget, Zorlex, every species has its unique strengths, even ours." "Yes, but our progress has been slow and deliberate. We've taken eons to reach where we are," Zorlex countered, a hint of frustration in his tone. Maelarn placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Patience is our strength, Zorlex. We witness the long arc of time, understanding the ebb and flow of the cosmos. This is our way." As the day waned, Zorlex's curiosity only grew. He realized that to truly understand humanity, he needed to delve not just into their history, but into their culture, their philosophy, and their dreams. It was a journey he was eager to undertake, one that would challenge his own beliefs and perhaps reveal truths about his own species. That night, as the stars twinkled in the vast expanse outside the archive, Zorlex's mind raced with possibilities. Humanity, with their brief yet brilliant spark in the cosmic timeline, had ignited a flame of wonder in him. Little did he know his exploration of humanity would soon take him on an unexpected path, one that would intertwine his fate with the very species he sought to understand. Zorlex's journey to Earth marked the beginning of a profound transformation in his understanding of humanity. Disguised in human clothing, he blended into the bustling streets of a vibrant city, a sprawling metropolis where the past and future seemed to converge. Neon lights intertwined with the architecture of ages gone by, while holographic billboards projected advertisements for interstellar travel. As he walked among the humans, Zorlex observed their interactions, their expressions, their daily struggles and joys. He was struck by the diversity that thrived within this single species. So many languages, cultures and beliefs, yet all unmistakably human. One evening, standing atop a high building, Zorlex gazed out over the cityscape. The view was breathtaking, skyscrapers reaching towards the stars, vehicles zipping through the air, people moving like a living, breathing organism below. He felt a sense of awe at the sheer scale of human ambition and creativity. The next day, Zorlex visited a museum, a repository of human history and culture. He marvelled at the artifacts, each telling a story of discovery, conflict or innovation. He learned about the Renaissance, the Industrial Revolution and the digital age. Each era showcased humanity's relentless pursuit of knowledge and advancement. But it wasn't just their technological achievements that captivated him. It was their art, literature and music. These expressions of the human soul revealed a depth of emotion and imagination that Zorlex found deeply moving. The paintings spoke of beauty and pain, the books told tales of love and loss, and the music resonated with hope and sorrow. Zorlex realized that the human spirit was indomitable. They faced adversities that would have crippled other civilizations, yet they emerged stronger, their creativity fueled by their challenges. It was a resilience born of their unique history, a collective memory of overcoming the insurmountable. As days turned into weeks, Zorlex found himself increasingly drawn to the people he met. There was Mia, a young artist whose paintings captured the human condition in vivid colors. There was Dr. Abrams, a scientist whose research on renewable energy could revolutionize human society. And then there was Aidan, a child whose innocent curiosity reminded Zorlex of his own. Through their stories, Zorlex began to see humanity not just as a subject of study, but as beings with dreams, fears, and aspirations. He saw their capacity for love, empathy, and altruism. He also witnessed their flaws, greed, prejudice, and short-sightedness. Yet these imperfections only made them more real, more relatable. One night, as Zorlex returned to his temporary dwelling, he received a communication from Maelarn. His mentor's image flickered into view, his expression one of concern. "Zorlex, you've been on Earth for weeks now. Have you found what you were seeking?" Maelarn asked. Zorlex hesitated. "I've learned much, Maelarn, but I feel there's still more to understand. Their world is complex, full of contradictions. It's mesmerizing." Maelarn nodded. "Be cautious, Zorlex. Immersing oneself in another culture can be enlightening, but it can also lead to losing sight of one's own identity." Zorlex pondered Maelarn's words. He had indeed become deeply invested in his exploration, perhaps too much so. Yet he felt compelled to delve deeper, to uncover the essence of what made humanity so unique. As he looked out at the star-filled sky, a thought struck him. Humanity's youth as a species was not a disadvantage. It was their greatest strength. Their short history meant they were unburdened by the weight of eons, free to innovate and adapt rapidly. It was a perspective that older civilizations, including his own, might have lost sight of. Determined to explore this idea further, Zorlex decided to extend his stay on Earth. He wanted to experience more of human life, to see the world through their eyes. Little did he know, his journey would soon take an unexpected turn, leading him to a discovery that would challenge everything he thought he knew about both humans and his own people. Zorlex's immersion into human society led him to a groundbreaking collaboration with Dr. Abrams, a renowned scientist working on a project that could redefine energy consumption on Earth. In a high-tech laboratory orbiting the planet, Zorlex, still under his human guise, and Dr. Abrams were on the cusp of a breakthrough. The lab was a hub of innovation, filled with advanced equipment and holographic displays that showcased their research's progress. Zorlex found himself deeply engaged, working alongside Dr. Abrams, whose determination and ingenuity impressed him. As they worked, Zorlex couldn't help but compare the human approach to science with that of his people. Zeltrons were methodical, often taking centuries to perfect a single technology. Humans, on the other hand, were bold, unafraid to take risks in pursuit of advancement. This approach, while sometimes leading to failures, also resulted in remarkable leaps in technology. One evening, as they reviewed their data, Dr. Abrams turned to Zorlex. "You know, I've never met anyone who grasps complex concepts as quickly as you do. Where did you say you were from again?" Zorlex hesitated, then replied, distant place. I've always been a quick learner. Dr. Abrams nodded, his eyes reflecting a mix of curiosity and respect. Well, I'm glad you're here. This project could change everything. We're on the verge of creating a sustainable, near-limitless energy source. Their work progressed, and Zorlex found himself more involved not just in the science, but in the human aspect of the endeavour. He saw how Dr. Abrams' team worked, the camaraderie, the disagreements, the shared excitement. It was a dynamic environment so different from the solemn, calculated pace of Zeltron research. As weeks turned into months, Zorlex's respect for humanity's potential grew. However, he also became aware of the challenges they faced. Political disagreements, funding issues, and public skepticism often hindered their progress. Despite these obstacles, the team persevered, driven by the belief in their work's importance. One day, a breakthrough in their experiments led to an unexpected discovery. While analyzing a new energy conversion process, Zorlex noticed an anomaly in the data, something he had seen in ancient Zeltron texts but never thought possible in practice. Excited, he shared his findings with Dr. Abrams. This could be more than just an energy source. If my theory is correct, this could lead to a new way of interacting with the fabric of space-time itself. Dr. Abrams looked at him, astonishment evident on his face. Are you saying this could be a step towards actual space-time manipulation? Zorlex nodded. Yes, but we need to proceed carefully. This discovery has implications far beyond what we initially envisioned. As they delved into this new aspect of their research, Zorlex felt a growing conflict within him. He was revealing knowledge that not even his own people had fully explored, driven by the excitement of discovery and the influence of human ambition. Meanwhile, on Zeltron, Maelarn sensed a disturbance in the cosmic balance. He feared that Zorlex, in his pursuit of understanding humanity, was inadvertently altering the course of not just human development, but potentially that of the entire galaxy. Back on Earth, as Zorlex and Dr. Abrams continued their work, they became unaware that they were being closely monitored. Not just by human authorities curious about the sudden leap in technological understanding, but also by other galactic civilizations, including Zorlex's own. The stakes were higher than Zorlex had ever imagined. As he stood in the lab, looking out at the beautiful blue planet below, he realized that his journey on Earth was no longer just about understanding humanity. It was about guiding them, and perhaps himself, towards a future that balanced ambition with wisdom, progress with responsibility. In the weeks following their groundbreaking discovery in the lab, Zorlex and Dr. Abrams delved deeper into the potential of space-time manipulation. Their research, initially focused on sustainable energy, had now expanded into realms of science that bordered on the fantastical. As they worked, Zorlex became increasingly aware of the profound implications their work might have, not only for Earth but for the entire galaxy. Meanwhile, Zorlex continued to explore the nuances of human culture with Mia. Her perspective as an artist provided him with insights that transcended the scientific understanding he had been developing with Dr. Abrams. Through her, he saw humanity's capacity for creativity, their ability to find beauty in the chaos of existence. This duality of humanity, their scientific ambition balanced by a profound artistic and emotional depth, fascinated Zorlex. It was during one of their deep discussions about human philosophy and art that Mia mentioned an ancient legend. A tale of a hidden chamber beneath the Earth's surface, said to contain the wisdom of a long-lost civilization. Intrigued, Zorlex used his advanced Zeltron technology discreetly to scan for this mythical place. To his astonishment, he found it. Excited, he shared this discovery with Dr. Abrams, who was initially skeptical but eventually agreed to an expedition. The trio, Zorlex, Dr. Abrams and Mia, embarked on a journey that led them to the ancient chamber, a place that seemed to defy the very laws of time and space. As they explored the chamber, Zorlex felt a connection to his own people's ancient history. The technology and artifacts within resonated with Zeltronian designs, suggesting a shared heritage or interaction between their civilizations in the distant past. This revelation was startling not only for its historical implications, but also for its present-day consequences. It was here, in the depths of the Earth, surrounded by relics of a forgotten era, that Zorlex decided to reveal his true identity in an ancient, hidden underground chamber, illuminated by the eerie glow of bioluminescent plants. Dr. Abrams and Mia, the young artist Zorlex had befriended, stood in awe as they witnessed his transformation from a human guise to his true alien form. Dr. Abrams, recovering from the initial shock, stared at Zorlex. You're not human. All this time. Zorlex nodded, his elongated body towering over them. I am Zorlex from the planet Zeltron. I came to learn about humanity, but I found much more. This chamber, it's not just Earth's heritage, it's a part of galactic history. Mia, her eyes wide with wonder, stepped closer. Why reveal yourself now? Zorlex gestured to the chamber. This place, it holds secrets that could change everything we know about the universe. I believe it's linked to the project Dr. Abrams and I have been working on. As they explored the chamber, Zorlex explained his findings. The technology here was eerily similar to what they were developing in the lab, a connection between ancient knowledge and modern science. Dr. Abrams, his mind racing with possibilities, said this could be a precursor civilization, one that had mastered space-time manipulation. But why here on Earth? Zorlex shared his theory that Earth might have been a nexus, a meeting point for different civilizations in the ancient past. This chamber was a remnant of that era, a repository of knowledge left behind for future generations to discover. The trio spent days in the chamber, studying the artifacts and technology. Mia, with her artistic insight, helped decode symbols and patterns that were cryptic to even Zorlex. Together, they began to piece together a history that spanned millennia and galaxies. Meanwhile, Maelarn on Zeltron, aware of the unfolding events, realized the gravity of the situation. Zorlex, in his quest for knowledge, had stumbled upon something that could shift the balance of power in the galaxy. Back on Earth, Zorlex, Dr. Abrams and Mia uncovered a device that appeared to be a space-time manipulator, similar to what they were developing in the lab. It was a breakthrough that could provide unprecedented understanding of the universe. However, Zorlex felt a growing sense of unease. The knowledge contained in this chamber was powerful, and with power came responsibility. He worried about the consequences of such a discovery, not just for humanity but for all civilizations. As they continued their research, Zorlex felt torn. He had grown to admire and care for humanity, yet he also had a duty to his own people and the wider galaxy. The decision of what to do with this knowledge weighed heavily on him. One night, as they worked in the chamber, an unexpected visitor arrived. It was a member of the Intergalactic Council, sent to investigate the sudden surge in human technological advancement. The Council had been monitoring Earth closely, concerned about the implications of such rapid progress. The visitor, a being from a race known for their wisdom and neutrality, spoke to Zorlex. You have uncovered something that could alter the course of history. This knowledge must be safeguarded, for the wrong hands could use it to devastating effect. Zorlex knew the visitor was right. The discovery in the chamber was too significant to be kept secret, yet too dangerous to be shared recklessly. He had to find a way to protect this knowledge, while ensuring it was used for the benefit of all. As the visitor left, Zorlex turned to Dr. Abrams and Mia. We stand at a crossroads. What we do next could shape the future of not just humanity, but the entire galaxy. The culmination of Zorlex's journey brought him before the Intergalactic Council, a grand assembly representing civilizations across the galaxy. In the vast, ornately decorated chamber, representatives of various alien species were seated in a circular formation, their attention focused on Zorlex, who now stood in his true form at the center. The air was thick with anticipation as Zorlex began to address the council. He spoke of his time on Earth, the rapid advancement of humanity, and the discovery of the ancient chamber. Above them, a holographic display showed images of Earth and the artifacts uncovered. Zorlex's voice resonated through the chamber. This discovery does not belong to one species or one world. It is a part of our shared galactic heritage, a testament to a time when different civilizations came together in the spirit of knowledge and exploration. The council members displayed a range of emotions: curiosity, skepticism, intrigue. Zorlex continued, "The technology we have uncovered could revolutionize our understanding of the universe, but with great power comes great responsibility. We must ensure that this knowledge is used wisely and for the benefit of all." Maelarn, who had arrived to support Zorlex, watched proudly as his pupil spoke with conviction and wisdom. He realized that Zorlex had grown beyond a mere scholar. He had become a bridge between civilizations. The council deliberated, their discussion reflecting the complexity of the situation. Some members were wary of the potential risks, while others saw an opportunity for unprecedented collaboration. The debate was intense, highlighting the diverse perspectives and values of the galaxy's many inhabitants. Finally, a decision was reached. The Council agreed to form a coalition of species, including humanity, to study the ancient technology under strict guidelines and oversight. This coalition would work towards understanding and utilizing the technology in a way that was safe, equitable, and beneficial for all. As the council session concluded, Zorlex felt a sense of accomplishment and relief. He had navigated a path through a maze of moral and ethical dilemmas, emerging with a resolution that honored both his commitment to knowledge and his responsibility towards the wider galaxy. Back on Earth, Zorlex shared the council's decision with Dr. Abrams and Mia. They were elated, realizing the significance of their role in this historic moment. The discovery had not only brought humanity into a closer relationship with the galactic community, but had also opened a new chapter in human history. In the days that followed, the coalition began its work. Scientists, scholars, and representatives from various species collaborated, sharing knowledge and perspectives. Zorlex, as a key figure in the coalition, worked tirelessly to ensure that the principles of respect, understanding, and unity guided their efforts. As Zorlex looked out at the stars from the laboratory orbiting Earth, he reflected on his journey. He had come seeking knowledge about humanity, but had found much more. He had witnessed the potential for unity and diversity, the strength in collaboration, and the power of empathy and understanding. Zorlex realized that the story of humanity, with all its flaws and triumphs, was a mirror to the wider galaxy. In their rapid ascent, their resilience, and their unyielding spirit, humans embodied the potential of all civilizations to overcome their limitations and reach for the stars.